Welcome, Lucy and Nery, to Dumb Bitch HQ.
Hey guys, look what I can do.
You dumb bitch.
Call an ambulance.
It's me, Lucy-Furr, and with me, Nery. I am your co-host.
Hello.
Hello. No, that's
Not
what
true. It's not possible.
Oh, but it is. Ha 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 ha. Generational trauma. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good.
That's good. I think that's the best intro you've ever done.
It was pretty good.
I'm going to put Vader sounds.
Asthmatic sound.
Asthmatic
He's
sounds.
not a robot. He's just got asthma. So what's new? What's the shahaps?
Nothing. Really? Haven't had anything happen.
Fucking, aren't you just? I love that every time it's a little recap. Hi, oh yeah, and it's all good. Oh, it's usually weather chat, whatever.
Yeah.
But like
So the weather's been basic as fuck.
the amount of messages that I get or we get as a podcast, people are like, oh my god, you guys would be so fun to hang out with. Not really. We're actually quite introverted and boring.
I'm very much a introvert obviously, but homebody. That's the word I'm looking for.
I do like my home.
Like I go home, I go to work, I come home, and
I go home and I come too. So you're not alone. I'm pretty sure everyone else does. No, so before we get into things today, I received some feedback the other day. Some positive and some Nery complaints. So
That happens.
would
We've
you
had
like
that before.
the nice or the naughty first? The nice or the mean?
Let's go naughty.
All right, Nery. Last week you told us some plant facts.
Yeah.
And you stated your fact about trees being the oldest living thing.
The oldest living organism on Earth.
Organism. I don't know if that falls into the differences, if organism was specified, but someone said that sharks also are a bajillion years old and sponges, like organic sponge.
I was like,
Sponges were the first thing ever made, and they still won't go away.
They're still around.
Yeah, like organic sponges.
Okay.
So maybe that's organisms, but they're like, Nery doesn't know anything.
Well,
I thought trees were like pretty up there.
I mean, trees have been around.
Can I? So producer has just Googled it real quick.
Yeah.
Just literally, what is the longest living organism on Earth? I think it's more of a there's no exact 100% answer because the longest living organisms on Earth include glass sponges, coral, and some trees.
That makes sense. Coral. I feel like coral would have been around. Yeah.
She's seen something.
So
Coral. That kills people.
that kills people, coral. To give some extra kind of info, scientists estimate that glass sponges can live for over 10,000 years and possibly as long as
Slay.
15,000.
Pop off, sis.
After 10,000 years, I'm free.
Free. It's time to conquer Earth.
Some corals in Hawaii have lived for almost 5,000.
Damn, Hawaii.
Hey, pop off.
And trees, the sacred fig tree in Sri Lanka is at least 2,222 years old.
How do they know that? They need to cut it down and find out.
And there's also a Patagonian cypress tree in Chile, which is estimated to be about 3,627 years old.
Wow.
Okay, so I was wrong.
Almost as old as you.
Almost.
So
That's where I get
wrong
my-
and right.
that's where
I would
get my
probably
wooden
say
path from.
that glass sponges will probably be the oldest because they can live up to 10,000, 15,000 years. But it doesn't have a
it's all up
definitive
there.
answer online.
Well, there you go.
They're
See,
all up
it
there.
wasn't a roast. It was just I don't think Nery's correct.
Okay, so if I think I said the longest living, I should have said one of. My bad.
Yeah, one of you dumb.
Check your speech.
Check your privilege. Penis haver.
What a callback.
What a callback. And then the other thing, the feedback we got. So we were called
Oh, here we go.
relatable,
Oh,
a brain break, funny,
is that?
right?
brain break.
A brain
take it.
break. So
I'll
like
take it.
instead of going online and hearing about politics,
Oh,
hearing
okay.
about murder, hearing about war,
I thought it was like, if I want to be dumb for 30 minutes, I know where I'm going.
no, it's good. I think it's really nice. A brain break, relatable.
Okay.
We are nostalgic for people.
But we like old shit.
We do like old shit because we are old people. But yeah, so just a little bit of verbal feedback I received the other day.
That's
I
awesome.
thought that was
Well,
really nice.
thank you. I
Yeah.
hope that verbal feedback translates into ratings.
Hell yeah.
Not ratings. Yeah, ratings. That's what I'm talking about.
Like us, rate us, leave us reviews. I hate pushing this, but come on, guys.
I hate it too.
Do it.
That's why I get the other two to do it, because I hate it.
The more you show your love to us, the more we can keep going with this.
The more we can keep loving on you.
We're
All
kind
over
of
you.
we're kind of like fairies. I say this a lot. We're like fairies. We need attention. Otherwise we die.
The funny thing is we hate attention.
Maybe everyone is just like, fuck, I wish they would.
Stop giving them attention, they'll just die.
Oh, is that easy? Cool. Okay, so, Nery, today, I don't specifically have a story for us.
Oh, okay.
But I have a discussion, and I'll ease us into it. In case you didn't know by my intro today, it's going to be a bit of a Star Wars focused episode because it's
Yeah.
been a while, and we are nerds.
I feel like this is going to be another deviation station.
So let us have this.
It's not going to be a wicked thing where it's all we talk about, but it is going to be almost.
All right, okay. Fuck, it's not going to be that bad.
We still have facts and stuff.
We do still have facts, and we have a producer phobia, etc., etc.
Do we?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
We better, or we're getting a new producer.
Get a new producer
many
and a new
times-
Nery.
How many times are you guys going to threaten this?
You should get a tally, and then when it gets to a penultimate episode, you give us that tally, and we need to do something that many times. I vote I take shots, and Nery does push-ups.
How did I get the
You
worst
don't
one?
drink
I don't do push-ups either.
or drink soy sauce.
Oh, God.
water.
My brother, I don't know if he still does it, but my brother used to make milkshakes, as one does, but he would put soy sauce, sweet chili,
Ew.
and something else that was gross.
That's disgusting. I half asleeply went out to the kitchen one night to make a chocolate milkshake with that like black and gold chocolate topping.
Yep.
And I'm like half asleep. I pour it in, blah blah blah. I mix it, and I have never spat and vomited so fucking hard in my life because
Oh,
it
no.
was the black and gold barbecue sauce, not the black and gold chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
And
Barbecue sauce, he put that in there
Ew.
too.
Ew, 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 ew. In the bin.
on purpose.
Yeah. Like you would mix it up and drink it.
I'm not saying that is wrong. I'm just saying that that's not correct.
It's gross.
That's festy.
He came back from overseas for a little while last year, I think, and he started he really was on this health kick, and he was drinking this fucking concoction. It was, I don't remember what
That's
was in it. Do you
a
remember?
word for it.
It
Oh,
was,
something to do with turmeric,
turmeric.
and maybe like apple cider vinegar.
yeah, turmeric apple cider vinegar. Something real gross. What was it?
Toilet water.
Might as well have been.
Ew.
It was like chili, and he put lemon in it and stuff. It was all this
Paprika
gross stuff.
is-
That's it.
yeah.
He wanted Nery to drink it.
Cayenne pepper.
Kanye West?
Cayenne.
Cayenne, not cognac.
Wow. Shamarmalade.
I knew it didn't sound right. What is it again? I was going to say cayenne.
Cayenne.
Cayenne pepper. He put all that in, mixed it up, and then we had to shut it down. It was gross. And we did it for 5 days. He goes, after 5 days, you do bigger glasses. After 5
And
days,
then
we were
what?
both
What's it do? Do you shit lava?
feels like it.
Just eat KFC. At least it's nice going in.
Going
But-
in, yeah.
Yeah, then we got past the 5 days, all right, tomorrow we're going to do a bigger one. The bigger glass. Not another of us ever spoke of it again.
Yeah, well, fair. Gross. That's nasty. Nasty. All right, so to Star Wars. So exciting to say. I way back at the start, I said that I was watching Star Wars in chronological order. Guess what? I finally finished it. Woo! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fucking
So, I loved it. I loved the original trilogy. I love the prequel trilogy. I love all the Clone Wars, all the animated shows. Bad Batch was fucking amazing. All of it. Ahsoka. What's the Mandalorian Man? All of that. It was so good.
So you watched all the shows as well, Mandalorian?
All of it in all of the order. But I tell you what, and I feel like I'm going to teeter along the line of the shit fucking fandom here. But I tell you what, the last trilogy was so hard to watch. It was so cringe. It was so bad. And I feel like this is how boomers felt with the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
But it was bad.
But the prequel trilogy, people... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go.
The prequel trilogy, people grew to love. I don't think people are going to grow to love this movie.
I fucking hope not. What in the... I was under the impression up until halfway through the second movie that the edgelord and the boring Jedi girl were cousins.
No.
And then they're like cosmic lovers and they like mentally mind fuck in their palace and like they kiss with their fingertips and it's just very weird.
Wow.
It's just very weird.
Look.
And literally the scrolling text at the start of one of the movies was like what's the edgelord's name?
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, as Kylo Ren rages on about this, I'm like, he's having a temper tantrum.
Yeah, he does have a temper tantrum. One of my favorite scenes in those movies is when there's stormtroopers walking down the hallway. They see the temper tantrum happening in the room ahead, and they just nope the fuck out of there.
Yeah, but
I love it. It makes them so human.
And this is why
I don't love the movies.
Listen, this is why look, as not Star Wars, go and be Rebel Moon about it. Because if you haven't watched Rebel Moon, fucking don't. Because it's even worse than these movies.
Well, it's Zack Snyder. It's Zack Snyder's movies. He wanted to do Star Wars.
And then he's like, fine, I'll do blackjack and hookers in my Star Wars.
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure there's already blackjack and hookers in Star Wars, technically.
But
what's it called?
Kylo Ren as a character is just like, this is why Leia and Han had nothing to do with him. Han had nothing to do with it because he's like, no, I want to use the iPad for 10 more minutes. And they're like, no, go to bed. He's like, very that.
Yeah, very that.
That was just his whole character.
I can't defend the 3 films, and I'm not going to defend the 3 films per se. I have a few notes. 1, people forget, the Phantom Menace forget. Star Wars is for kids. I know it seems like it's not. It is designed for kids originally.
Listen,
that's what they were aimed for. Okay. And that trilogy was aimed to bring a new generation into it, a new generation that has different values to us. Hence why boomers didn't like our prequels.
It's true.
Right?
I hate that you're right.
Logic here, logic. But I hate and love Kylo Ren. I have a love-hate thing for Kylo Ren, and I think you know what made me love it? The temper tantrum was funny. I thought that scene was hilarious because it made the stormtroopers look human, and they did more of that in Mandalorian and stuff like that. They made them look like humans.
Yeah.
Whereas before, they were just these armored monsters, basically.
Yeah.
Then, so there's this like, I call it an AMV, like anime music video, but it's not an anime. It's obviously a movie.
Okay.
But you know AMVs, right? How they take a song and they put anime clips
Holding
in it.
Out for a Hero.
Yes,
Everyone has
that
seen
video,
that.
the Holding Out for a Hero video with Kylo Ren and Rey. I loved it. It was cool. I thought it was kind of cute. Like, not just that. I think their arc, it made me appreciate their arc just that little bit more. But I think it was poorly executed.
Absolutely. But like a lot of it was poorly executed.
Yes. I think it had potential to be good, And to make sense,
Why didn't Poe and Finn kiss?
Poe and Finn should have kissed.
They absolutely should have fucking
should have
kissed.
kissed.
And then there was a point
And then
where
Finn kisses Rose. Like, why?
there was a point
kiss?
where
Yeah.
where Finn, Poe, and Rey were all like hugging and like complimenting each other. I'm like, whatever, a throuple, that's fine, whatever, I don't care. Just anyone but the edgelord.
But I like Kylo Ren. I think he needed. But I'm a sucker for a bad boy with a redemption
You
arc.
are a sucker for
Like
a bad boy.
Loki is my main bad boy with a redemption arc. There is an asterisk.
Was he redemptioned?
He sacrificed himself.
That he deserved it.
He did, but he's and okay.
Cry
Do
about
you
it.
like Anakin?
No.
Not at all.
Oh, look, okay. I like the concept of Anakin. I don't like Anakin. But he also falls into that category of main character, very blue energy, boring for me.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
Right? But in that respect, sorry. Ow.
Don't kick the table.
You'll chip the fresh wood.
You're gonna break all of Dumb Bitch HQ. Like, just
Again.
calm down.
Yeah, chill.
Again.
Rage.
Why do you think we got the new door
That was me.
that talks?
That talks.
Look, you're both as bad as each other. You're breaking my house. The producer lives in Dumb Bitch HQ.
That's true. All right, what you got for us? Nerolini and then Bentley the fifth.
What?
Oh, fuck, I forgot. Oh, yeah. The thing with Anakin, though,
Yes.
is he is literally the main character. Like,
true.
Fair.
the first 6 movies, well, I mean, all of them really, but the first 6 is the Star Wars, the Skywalker saga. That's pretty much what it is. It's about Luke and sort of about Leia, sort of. And then it's about Anakin
Yeah.
and sort of Padme, sort of.
Yeah, which were Anakin's compets. So like, and they're just doing their own thing.
But the whole the whole hero thing that,
Yeah.
that you were...
yeah,
I just
and
got
like,
you meant compass. Fucking
and that's
hell.
the thing. I think with Anakin's character, I love his trauma and his story more than I like him as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was written...
Very well.
Oh, I thought he was written quite poorly, to be honest.
You
with
reckon?
Yeah. I think...
But I think a lot of my liking for Anakin as a character came from the animated series and all of
Yeah,
that
okay.
stuff.
Mhm.
Which
All
would
the
have
stuff that
redeemed
came
the baddest,
later.
like the worst stuff.
You're right. Animated Clone Wars Anakin is better than movie Anakin.
And it
by
feels a
mile.
lot of guts in all of Star Wars. So that was the point I was getting to before we derailed a little bit, was I think that if someone is watching Star Wars or delving into it for the first time, chronological order is the best way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Everything is in context. I think it would be so fucking wild to be a younger person or someone who hasn't watched Star Wars before and go back and watch Anakin from a child and not know.
Yeah.
How
Not know
that
what's happening.
goes.
I was watching a person on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, who was watching Star Wars for the first time, and they started at 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and they were mind blown when, like, they found out the whole, because the whole thing is like, yeah, I mean, spoilers obviously, you have to kind of get the surprise of Darth Vader being
Anakin Skywalker.
being Luke's father and in turn Leia's father. But if you watch 1, 2, 3 first, that
You already
whole-
know.
You know. But there's a thing. I mean, it's called I think it's called the Machete Order. I can't remember what it is.
While you're finding that, just because I wasn't finished with my Kylo Ren defense, not defense, I feel like with your point of Anakin, once he was explored more in the cartoons and the animated, became a better character. I feel like Kylo has that potential to do that. He does, as stupid as it sounds, because his traumas are a little bit like first world problems kind of thing, like younger generation problems.
Yeah.
He has traumas. His uncle tried to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Was his uncle maybe justified? Maybe a little bit. But also, that's a crazy reaction, bro. Like, have a conversation first.
That's another thing. This is the guy, and I would die on this hill.
Do it.
This is the guy whose father was the fucking Lord of the Sith people.
Yep.
Except for the Emperor.
Yep.
But he was he was number 2 to the Emperor.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, there's good in my father.
And then he goes to just off his boy.
Your nephew does one thing. I can't even remember what the fuck he did. That's how impactful it was.
I feel like it was that he had a vision.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a vision of like the potential evil within him? And he was just like, nah, let's forget about that.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Give me a fucking... And the fact that J.J. Abrams and Ryan...
Seacrest.
No.
Is it Ryan John? I know, whatever the fuck his name is. The fact they obviously didn't even have a single conversation
No.
about their...
And I think that was the biggest issue. It wasn't properly executed. It should have been executed better.
Look, there could have been
so much more.
So much more they could have done. But I feel like...
That moment...
Was there budget problems or something?
I don't
Because
know.
it was very, very rushed.
But that moment between Kylo...
They wouldn't have had budget problems.
The moment between Kylo and Han, when Han sacrifices himself for Kylo's ambitions...
Is that
There's a lot
happened?
of nuance. Yes, it is. He turned the lightsaber on.
That's true. That's true.
But they never... Like, you can say that, but they
He's
never...
crying.
You can say that... I mean, fuck, he cries all the time.
When doesn't he cry?
He's like the
Leave
new...
my emo boy alone.
He's like the new Doctor. He cries all the time. You can say that, but it was
It's open
never...
for interpretation.
Yeah,
I know.
okay.
But
that's stupid.
That's
if,
what
if
I
that's
brought
what they
from the
wanted to do,
emotion.
though. If that's what they wanted to do,
his son's ambition, it was like him doing a thing to go, okay, you're going to go this route regardless of what I say or do.
Here you go.
I'm not the one who rules you. You rule yourself. Like it's, I feel like it was Han. Apart from knowing outside, it was the fact that Harrison Ford wanted out
Oh, he wanted
long
out.
ago.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford wanted Han to die in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
But
Because he was Indiana Jones at that point. He didn't fucking need it.
But like regardless of that, I feel like personally my interpretation of the moment, my interpretation of it was trying to break the cycle, like of abuse and trauma. Like Anakin was the way he was because of the way he was brought up and the way he was easily manipulated because of how he was brought up and all of the like traumas that went on there with his mum and the slavery and then being taken away and being told that you're the big deal and then being told, no, you can't be. Like, he went through a lot. But
he was also being manipulated by
He was being manipulated, exactly. And if you believe some of the other lore in it, there's like more manipulation with the midichlorians and things like that and Palpatine making the
Jubies
basically
and
G's and...
That's right, yeah. Like he pretty much...
The Force
brought
Jesus.
him, yeah.
But anyway...
Which, again, could have been explored.
Yes, but I think it's just all missed potential. There's missed bits in there that could have made all of it make sense. And I think it comes down to the trauma, the generational trauma, and the repeating of the cycle. And it had to go through the breaking of the cycle for him to have his redemption arc, for him to have his moment of, oh, okay, for this to go on, for me to save everything, for everything to be right, I need to die.
Fair.
And save her.
Fair.
And was she a Mary Sue? Is she a little bit annoying? Could it have been better? Yes. Do I kind of wish she had to sacrifice herself for Kylo and Kylo became the good guy? Maybe.
Yeah, but she can't be Rey Skywalker if she's dead.
Yeah, but she's not Rey Skywalker.
Listen, okay.
Listen.
I didn't think you would be the one to get fired up in this episode. I'm going to plug that there because I'm going to
It's
get
going
to...
to take forever, and I'm sorry, but
I'm gonna get to
defending,
parts.
not defending,
Hold on,
okay?
before we get to parts,
It's not as bad.
the machete order.
Oh, yes,
The
machete,
machete
order.
order runs...
I told you, deviation station.
So starts at New Hope, starts the sequence with the original Empire, a hard punch with the end reveal of Darth Vader's identity. Then you start with Phantom Menace. So you go, it's like going a flashback to Anakin's journey. Mm-hmm. Episode 2, which I personally think Episode 2 is one of the worst movies ever made, period.
Wow, okay.
Episode 3.
Tell us how you really feel.
And then you go back to Return of the Jedi. So you get full circle.
Yeah.
So it kind of snaps out of Anakin's backstory.
Yeah, okay.
And then you get Force Awakens, then Solo. Although I'd probably give Solo a complete miss.
Fucking avoid that.
I've tried to watch Solo twice. I've fallen asleep both times. Then you go Last Jedi.
That movie is only good for the last 3 minutes.
We watched it at the movie theater. Did you fall asleep in the movie theater?
I didn't stutter. I fell asleep twice.
Huh?
I fell asleep. Yeah.
In the movie theater?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I don't
It was
know.
bad.
I don't know the middle part of that movie.
Oh, well. To be fair, I watched the middle part of that movie and I don't know it.
I remember the train sequence, and then suddenly they're at a beach with a bunch of people.
Fair.
I don't think it's a beach. I think it's a desert.
Oh, whatever.
All
Right,
I
yeah.
remember
sand.
about that movie is that Daenerys Targaryen was going to Dathomir. I'm like, bring that into the live action universe, and I never touched it again. So go on.
So then the last one is Rogue One. Put this one at the end to avoid the ending on what I think is the series weakest link. I'm just reading someone's thing.
Fair.
But yeah, then Rogue One at the end. Which I guess kind of makes although I would always like to put Rogue One between episode 3 and
Where it's meant to
4.
be.
Yeah, because that ending, because Rogue One ends, I think it's half an hour or 10 minutes before the beginning of episode 4.
Yeah.
So that's where I would always put Rogue One there.
Fair.
And it makes Vader look like a fucking badass.
It does.
That ending scene,
So, to get back on track, hoping I can pick up all the pieces I laid out,
Sorry.
is to trigger producer. Mute that mic. Trigger producer about a damn emo boy. You nailed it before you said something about context or something. Let's just break it down. That last fucking movie, I was messaging you in real time as I was watching it. I'm like, oh my God, they just on screen killed Chewbacca.
Yeah.
One of the 3 longest living characters left. And then the next scene is them being like, wow, Chewbacca died. And Rey's just like, I shot lightning out of my fingers. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Chewbacca, please. Plot twist, Chewbacca's not actually dead and comes back. And I'm like, this is rude. This is offensive. And then they did the same thing with C-3PO.
That's true.
I'm like, you can't fucking bring legacy characters in and be like, we're just gonna clean sweep everything.
Well, the reason, I mean, as you said, Chewbacca was the longest legacy member, let's say, because obviously Carrie Fisher passed away in real life.
Technically, C-3PO was, but okay.
Oh yeah, true.
Because C-3PO was made by Anakin when he was a bub.
Yeah,
Yeah,
idiot.
okay, fair enough. Well,
Yeah, how am I
But
pulling out the smart stuff when I only watched Star Wars
Well, don't
because
forget-
of you?
Chewbacca was in Revenge of the Sith too.
That's true. He was.
The silence was crazy just then.
He was.
Everyone computing what I just said.
Him and Tarful
Tarful.
were with Yoda
Yeah, okay.
when
but wasn't
the collide.
Yeah,
still
yeah.
alive. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
who came first? C-3PO.
well,
This is the worst chicken and the egg ever.
Chewbacca's older than C-3PO.
Well, then he's the oldest living then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So-
screen time wise,
3PO.
3PO.
Okay.
But regardless, both of them, quote unquote, died in the last movie and then came back.
You know what wouldn't have shipped me off more than that is if they, because lightning hands or whatever the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Ship blows up. She yells, Chewbacca. And then forgets he ever existed.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
But then he shows up in like the next scene. Like
Yeah.
I would have played with that more with the audience. Like
Yeah.
Chewbacca's dead, everyone's freaking out,
It's
and then
fine,
they find him. Or
They
something.
brought him back and then they killed that little fucking, what's the weeby fucking, the lieutenant.
Oh, Hux.
Hux.
Yeah, fuck him
I
too.
fucking hated that little turd.
Everyone in the new Empire just sucked.
Everyone's just man babies. But everyone was furious about, oh my God, Palpatine came back. That's so stupid. That's so left of field. That's true if you haven't watched Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch set all of that up.
Really?
So by the time Palpatine is revealed, I'm like, about time, something that makes sense.
Yeah, but they did Bad Batch after they did that movie.
Yeah,
So-
because they're fucking filling their gaps.
Oh, fair. Yeah. Oh, I guess that's what
That's
they did with Clone
successful
Wars too.
damage control.
Yeah, yeah. Because they probably went, this makes no sense. We got to
Yeah.
make it make sense.
Whereas watching it all the way through, you see every tiny piece that falls from Anakin to put him where he
Yeah.
ends up.
Well, I do give Dave Filoni a whole bunch of credit for that. He's amazing.
Dave
the way his mind works.
Filoni needs to have a nap because the emotion that he puts in his animated series are fucking wild. Have
Yeah.
you watched all of Bad Batch?
Not all, no.
I would recommend. It's fantastic.
I got to finish the Clone Wars too. I haven't finished season 7.
I don't think I've watched any of the animated stuff, unfortunately.
See, season 7 of the Clone Wars is like the one.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Order 66 happens in the kids show. And I'm like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You're
And,
just
like,
going to show us a
what the-
genocide.
You were saying about Star Wars being aimed at children, which is true. But
That was
what
the original intent.
it was the original intent.
That
but
and
like,
merchandise.
if I kept a tally, watching it from start to finish, we experienced
A whole lot of shit.
mass genocides. Like,
Yes.
and then this is before they started blowing up whole planets.
And the amount of like war crimes that the Jedi commit.
Listen, that's
Yes.
my whole thing. The Jedi were not good guys
No.
at all.
Grey Jedi all the way.
Watching from start to finish, one thing I went in paying attention to, because I'm curious. Every single lightsaber fight starts with the Jedi drawing first.
For sure.
Every single one.
Except for Phantom. Oh, you're talking about the kid, all of it in general.
All of it in general.
Except Phantom Menace.
Maul
opens up
draws first, but after that, every single one, the Jedi start it.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
And if they're peacemakers, why do they need such powerful weapons? To enforce it? To fearmonger? Why?
Good question.
This is why it should have ended with Rey and Kylo bringing balance to the Force
they're
by
not-
becoming Grey Jedi.
Listen, what in the Romeo and Juliet was that whole last sequence?
Fuck you. Grey
mad.
Jedi.
Although
Grey Jedi. Bring balance.
The whole dyad thing is bullshit, but that whole like the only part I like really
It was messy.
The
is when he
diadem.
like is when he reaches behind him and she reaches behind her with the lightsaber and
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm like, this is bullshit, but that was kind of cool.
That was fucking cool,
Yeah.
right?
Was there?
It was so cool. Visually, it was very cool.
As someone that enjoys movies and stuff, that
Yeah.
was cool. As a Star Wars
It
fan,
was.
that
It
bogus as
was.
fuck.
But it's like it pierces the fabrics of reality. Whatever. The moment it got to a point halfway through the last movie where I was reciting it word for word. I'd never seen it before. I'm like this, and then she's gonna be like, "And I'm the Jedi," and I'm like, "Oh, cringe! Just kill her."
Look, it's just down to being formulaic and trying to get the youngins into it. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
because especially back then, okay, we were talking about it being for kids, and you said for merchandise. Yes, who is more susceptible to merchandise and advertising?
Me.
Children.
Yeah,
Children go to mummy and daddy and go, I need the latest action figure of Chewbacca holding his new blaster or some shit. Like,
That's true.
I need the alternate color of C-3PO's leg because it's definitely like this and it's definitely that. Like, you know what I
We're
mean?
going to mention it in 2 movies.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it's
Capitalism.
it is.
But
And
even-
the newer stuff is even more kiddified
That's true.
and more by the book, by the numbers. We can, because we're adults and we can see on the outside, we know the tropes.
yeah.
But kids don't know the tropes. They
Kids are
just get excited.
stupid. They
that-
need to stick with Coco Melon and stay the fuck away from my things.
But that's how George Lucas made most of the money from Star
Yeah.
Wars was merchandising,
It's
especially in Return of the Jedi and then the prequels. Fucking, it took off.
I remember it was all over the news with Phantom Menace. He was action figures galore.
Yeah.
Everyone went bananas for it. And we've
don't
talked
fuck
about
with
the
a
fact that
working
I've got
formula.
like 200 plus Star Wars figures. So like,
You do.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
showing
that's right,
you,
you're showing
Yeah,
me.
dumb
we've seen,
dumb.
we've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it. We've seen them.
I do have a few too, but not that many.
But yeah, so obviously, but I like things because I got crow brain.
Yeah, crow brain is the
my
is
biggest
serious.
gripe, and I'm like, it's very how dare you? In the last trilogy, because Luke went MIA and a bit delulu, everyone went a bit delulu. R2D2 shut down for
Yeah.
a whole movie and a half because he was fucking depressed. Think about the shit that little guy has
course.
seen. Anakin went away and never came back. Someone else went away and never come back. Rey went to go away and R2 was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm coming or I'm dying.
Yeah, yeah.
That little fucking baby. Reset
But
him.
That's the thing. They've never reset. Like
No, they
they've reset-
haven't.
He's been through the whole thing.
Been
Yeah.
through the whole thing.
We've pretty much seen Star Wars through his eyes.
Yep.
You know what? It's just the most kind of sad thing about it is, yes, he's been through the whole thing. Here's the one character that no one understands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck.
even Chewbacca is understood by Han.
Yeah.
Nobody understands
Anakin did.
what he's saying.
That's true.
Anakin
understood
did,
him.
and no one else really
And Anakin
did.
went dark.
Yeah.
You should have went with.
I think R2 should have went with him. Imagine a Sith D2.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Sith
imagine
D2.
being the one that knows everything, the one that knows this is a repeating pattern. Guys, we can stop this. Oh, I can help you do this
But,
thing.
like, that's
but
the
all you
thing.
can say is beep, 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 and nobody fucking understands you.
But
You're just, fuck you, I'm just going to go talk to the computer in the fucking ship.
But to be fair, if that was the case, because in the original,
I mean, C-3PO understands him, but
in the original trilogy, when Luke has him in the ship with him in the X-wing, his words come up on the screen, like he beeps and it comes up on the screen.
They do?
communicate.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are like, but there are parts where R2 would say things and they're like, oh, I don't know that thing. That's crazy. But like he does drop things here, there, and everywhere. But like
That's inconsistent. I don't like that.
But even so, we
Welcome
say
to Star
R2
Wars.
knows everything. R2 doesn't know what happened to Anakin.
No.
Anakin just left and never came
That's
back.
true. As far as he knows, Anakin went to the fiery planet, died, and then
died.
Darth Vader showed up.
Yeah.
True.
So he doesn't know, and I don't know if he would have the consciousness to like put it together. But
Yeah.
he's just a baby.
Is
It's been around for
very,
400
very
years.
old baby.
A very, very old baby. But no, I think that's great.
Protect him at all costs.
To salvage our listeners,
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's only been
before
40
we-
minutes of
It's
Star
only
Wars
been
talk.
40 minutes talk.
Honestly, you should have
Two-
known that this was going to happen.
Yeah, you should have known. I didn't foresee the producer getting so defensive about.
Look, I guess
Edgelord.
because I'm newer to it all
The
than
thing
Nery
is that I love Star Wars. I mean, I have a Star Wars tattoo and stuff, but
No.
yeah, but I don't get fighty about it. Like everyone has their own.
I quote you 15 minutes ago. I will die on this fucking hill.
Oh well, that's different. That's different.
Now we have to like
Yeah.
splice that out and play him saying
Yep.
that.
That's different. But I'm not going to argue with that. That's the hill I'll die on. But I'm not going to. If someone disagrees, I'd be like, okay, but I don't.
But
agree
you're
with what
wrong,
you said.
and I don't agree with you.
But I'm not gonna fight someone about it.
Yeah,
All right.
but like
Like,
I think
like somebody.
no, I'm not going to fight anyone by it. I just think that because I've come into it in my adulthood, it wasn't a nostalgia thing for me.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew the beats of the originals. Like I knew who Darth Vader was. I knew all that shit. But I came into it and watched it properly with adult eyes from not exactly chronological order because I haven't seen the cartoons and stuff, but from Phantom Menace through,
Yeah. Fair.
right?
Well, I would have shown
in the
it to
date
you.
order.
I would have shown it to you. Sequels first, then prequel. No, yeah, like original. I would have shown you original.
I'm pretty sure we went
Prequel.
prequels
Did we?
all the way through. Yeah.
Wow, you
We went
fucked
chronological.
it up. You did this.
Well,
But I think you did that because I knew of Darth
That's
Vader.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
if we were showing, for example, kids that didn't know, you'd go that way. But we watched it that
Traumatized
way,
them.
right? And with my adult eyes and my adult brain and my logic and everything made sense to me
You
in
have
that
those?
beats. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. So that's why I don't hate the final three. I don't love them, but I don't hate them. They kind of make sense to me in
sounds
the
like-
context. I don't love them. There are parts of them I like.
Fair.
And I get why they're doing it. The thing that shits me off the most is that whoever made the movies didn't fucking talk to each other and they
Yeah.
just wanted to like one up
Rian
each other
Johnson,
and
that's
tell
his
their
name.
own stories. And it's like you're not doing this for yourself. You're doing this for the fans. Do it for the fans and make it make sense.
Yeah.
Don't make us try and fucking do
All right.
mental acrobatics.
To salvage our
to salvage.
listeners,
Sorry.
before we talk another 5 minutes about why Star Wars is set in space.
I'm sorry.
Gee whiz,
What?
producer. Fucking hell.
I like pop culture.
You know, this is a random fact. Not one of my written
Go.
facts.
Okay,
But
go.
you know Grand Moff Tarkin?
Yeah.
You know when he was doing his close-up scenes with
Yeah.
Leia? You know he was wearing slippers on the ship?
I love that.
I love that.
Amazing.
I love it. All right, so I have a question for you. So with all of this Star Wars chat, this is where it all stemmed from. I recently played the new Jedi Survivor game.
Great game.
First and foremost, I was going through my PlayStation games. Once I completed it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to put it on the shelf with the rest. ADHD strikes again. And every time this happens, this is like the not fun side of it. Like everyone's like, I'm so ADHD. I can't sit still. No, I already fucking had the game.
Oh, you bought it twice.
I bought it twice.
Fuck. Well,
So-
you can still sell it pretty well.
But Yeah, for $5 at EB.
Yeah.
So I finished the first game and I'm like, oh, I need to buy the second game. And then I sat on that for a week before I got the second game. I got it. And then I went to put it on the shelf the other day. I had the second game the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Not only is it money, but I'm like, wow, I'm so fucking dumb that
I think
it's not a fun part of ADHD.
No.
Because this happened with PS2 games not long ago. Literally the same 3 games, and I bought the same 3 games. It's fucked up, and it's cruel and unimaginable. But not to get all ick about that. The point is I finished the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Twice.
while I was playing this game through, I had some wine, and I was playing and cutting through stormtroopers, doing my thing, winning the game. I have a question for you, Nery.
Okay.
All right. And producer, actually.
No, you're leaving producer out of the conversation because apparently she talks too much.
No. No. We feed and water our producer adequately.
We listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we absolutely judge. So, Nery, close your eyes with me for a second. You have a job. You're employed as a stormtrooper. You're walking through doing your normal rounds. You walk around the corner and on the ground in front of you is 3 fingers and an arm from a different stormtrooper, and that's it. And you hear about a Jedi running around, and what do? What's the protocol here? Do you call HR? Do you do you sweep it up? Like, I've never thought about like the clones or the stormtroopers you don't get to cut down, the ones who find it and have to report it. Imagine the paperwork.
Oh, I imagine. Well, I'd imagine
That's 3 fingers of Jerry. There's a finger of John, and that's Marcus's arm over there.
I imagine there'd be like you'd have like a janitor and
There's a janitor stormtrooper.
you'd have to be like there'd have to be a HR or something.
I'm sure there's a droid for that.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I
I didn't even think
guess.
of droids. Yeah.
But I had that thought, and I went to both of my housemates. I'm like, okay, what would you do if you found? But then we removed the Star Wars-ness of it. Nery, you're at your job.
Yeah.
You walk around a corner in an aisle, and you see 3 fingers and an arm on the ground.
That's very different.
I'm calling the manager straight away.
That is not. I'm calling the fucking police.
Yeah, that actually. Yeah. Fair point.
The thing is, right, that's not a fair comparison because
You are the
if you
police.
are a stormtrooper, if you are employed as a military base, right, where you know there's danger, there's a chance you're going to find pieces of your best friend in the hallway, right? You know
Especially if
this.
there's a Jedi running around.
You know this. There is a level of risk. You know what the stormtroopers are based off. You know that their symbology, right?
Yeah.
And which is another reason why I like that the newer stuff, Mandalorian stuff, is making them look more human because they are just soldiers, just like some of the Yahtzees.
They're not even that anymore.
We're just
Stormtroopers are
soldiers.
just regular people.
Yeah, they're not clones anymore.
Yeah, but
They
like
were soldiers, and now
they were
they're just
people.
like
They're family
farmers.
members.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, they all
Oh
had families. They all had, like, some of them had brothers and sisters or mothers or
Yeah.
kids. Like, they were people.
Humanizing them. Which
were
is,
people.
Yeah, it needed to happen.
It's fucked up, and they did horrible things for the thing that was, you know, their boss, their leader. It's fucked, right? It gives us a thought of our past, our present. But almost forgotten my point here.
Make it, because I'm forgetting all my points.
Sorry, but the fingers.
Oh, the
finding your
fingers and the
friends.
arms.
Okay, yes. So
Bits and pieces.
if you want to see, because you were like, what do you do with that? Like, blah, blah, blah. There is.
Do you keep a souvenir?
No, I hate to like put this out here because I don't know what they're like now. I don't know if they've got controversies. Remember College Humor?
Yes.
They had a web series called Troopers. Very much worth a watch, although I don't know how
I've
problematic
seen
it
that.
is going back
It's
with
so
today
funny.
eyes. But back then it was hilarious, and it's obviously not Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it is obviously Star Wars. They're obviously stormtroopers. It's obviously Darth Vader.
Okay.
Their Vader is a dumbass. They live on their version of the
Death Star.
And it goes through the regular life of these and the clerical errors and the moving of prisoners
Yeah,
and not
okay.
understanding the alien
That
languages.
sounds fun.
It's hilarious.
Okay,
It's good.
cool.
And if it is actually problematic, I'm sorry.
don't
It was
think it is.
hilarious in context back then. I haven't watched it now with 2025 eyes.
I don't think I don't remember it being a problem, but I think
You
I
listen. You
we
go
don't
back
remember
to
a lot
that
being
era.
problematic.
saw it. True.
More on that next
I'm
episode.
finding new things every fucking day.
Yeah, right? But I would highly suggest giving it a go because that will give you that
Fair.
it will
I
scratch that itch.
I
so
will
good.
do that and get back to you as listeners.
You can do your point first, and then I'll get back to
My point. Oh, that was it. Do you keep a souvenir? It's cauterized. So like you could just keep
You totally
a sneaky
would.
finger.
I wouldn't. You
I
would.
think it would.
I would.
It would be evidence, I would say.
You'd pull teeth.
Unless it was like a best
If
friend.
there's 3 fingers and you
Yeah.
take one, it's not gonna matter.
Is-
It's just
Isn't
our
it?
finger. But
What
no.
if one of those fingers belongs to a different person?
Well,
You don't fucking
that's
know.
evidence.
How many
that's the
victims?
It's true. I'm running through the halls, cutting these stormtroopers down, and just seeing the limbs fly off, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god! I think I'm the bad guy.
How good was So you finished the game?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but the stormtrooper that has like the boss meter and he's running down the hall. I can't remember his name, but it's something the stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Rah!"
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, how strong is this? Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. Literally one hit. Yeah, he tried.
It's so good.
No, it was good. I think those games are really good. I'm excited for the third one.
Yeah, me too.
But let's move forward
Yeah.
to
Sorry.
what you have for us today.
Okay, so I got some facts.
All right.
Nery, what are your facts?
That was good.
Yeah, actually, before you read your facts, everyone go around. Go. Your best Vader. Okay, no. Pick a Star Wars character. Go. It can be a Vader. It can be Jar Jar Stinks. It can be C3PPPPO. It can be anything. It has to be good. Yoda. Yoda's fun. Producer, you're up first.
Luke, I am your father.
I know it's wrong. I know that's the wrong quote, but that's
Beautiful.
my Vader.
Okay.
That's the quote they put on all the trailers.
It is.
Fine.
It is. It's, no, I am your father, isn't it? Yeah.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you got it.
Plot twist. If Obi-Wan had told the truth, oh my god.
Well,
Nery,
he
your
wouldn't have
turn.
fucking kissed his sister.
The worst part about that is the fact is like, no, you're my sister, and she goes, I know.
I know.
You fucking bitch. You
Gross.
little incesteroni.
Gross.
She's from Sussex.
The fact that like the fact
be with
that
Sussex.
Han goes, you love him, don't you? And she's like, of course. And he's like, okay, I get it. I'll leave you guys. He goes, no, he's like,
He's my brother.
He's my brother.
And
If
the
you look
look
at
on
Han's
his face.
yeah, exactly. He's like, what the fuck?
I love it. I love it. All right, Nery, give us your best Star Wars character voice.
I'm trying to think.
He was like, what's a Star Wars?
What is the waters in the stars you speak of?
While you think I've got another one.
Okay,
Go. Star Wars? Star Wars you speak? Misa, the worst character in the whole universe! Ah!
Amazing. Amazing.
Filthy, slimy, my home this is.
I love it. The problem is thinking of quotes, right?
Yeah.
Like we all quote them. Can we quote them correctly? No, we have to make up shit.
Do or do not.
There is no try.
There is no. Nah, I lost it. Fuck it. It's gone. But yeah, there we go. That's
I
my,
am C3PO, human cyborg relations. I also double as a sex bot.
It probably does.
Beep, beep, beep,
Oh,
beep, beep,
yeah. Love it. All right, Nery,
one would've been really
to
good.
your fun
I should have just done that one. I'm really
facts.
good at that one.
That was good.
I love that. Why didn't anyone do the Wilhelm scream?
Oh God.
Oh.
I don't.
What was that?
That's the Wilhelm moan.
Fuck off. Are we keeping any of this?
Sure.
I hope not.
I got one for Padme.
We need to do a bloopers.
Oh, I'm so healthy, but I'm so sad. I'm dying.
I'm going to die. The depress. No, okay. It's happened. Fuck your facts for a second. Fucking Padme. I'm pretty
Fucking
sure I
hell.
voiced it before. Listen. Not only was she one of the stupidest fucking bitches in this whole universe.
This is why episode 2 is one of my most hated films of all time.
Listen, I really, really loved Attack of the Clones.
Did you really?
I did until.
Oh, okay.
Until that stupid fucking bitch goes to a dirt planet in head to toe white. And she's like, yeah. And then runs through a rusty fucking factory. And then gets put in the arena in red dirt. And then I'm like, oh, this is irritating. And then the thing scratches her, whatever. She bleeds, whatever. It's
barely.
fine. Fun fact, that's one of the only times you see blood in Star Wars.
True.
But anyway, and then she falls out of the ship and rolls down that hill. That 5-second snippet of her rolling down the sand hill in the all white uniform. I'm like, you fucking stupid bitch.
But does her white uniform get dirty?
No,
Like,
hold on
no.
a second.
You know what
Now that
it
you
is? It's
mention
the
it,
material. The material has to be like
It looks like
dirt
it's just-
resistant.
It just looks like it's linen or some shit.
No, it's dirt resistant. It's magical space dirt resistant
Stupid
material.
moles. Dumb fucking bitch.
Padme.
Fucking Padme. But anyway.
How many times do you think they had to change her because her clothes were
Oh,
soiled?
a bajillion times. Anyway, that was my
And when she's having the dinner and she's in that like leather gear.
Oh,
and she's
literally.
like, you can't touch me ever. And he's
literally
like, bitch, what the fuck?
dominatrix outfit with a collar and like the side boob. I'm like, damn.
You're getting
That's
the wrong
enough
message.
to turn me to the dark side. See, that's why you did it.
And I'm gay.
She dressed like that, and then not saying that clothes warrant
No,
anything
God, no,
else,
no.
but she's like flirting with him, and she's like eating the pear thing all seductively. And if I got cuckolded like that, I'd go and fucking kill a universe too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And the part where he's doing the force and cuts the pear, and he's like, oh, Master Obi-Wan would kill me if he saw me doing this. You're fucking cutting food. How strict is Obi-Wan?
No, he just, yeah.
And the
But
fact she gets
he's
to-
using it for weird reasons. Like, you're not supposed to do that. It's the Force.
Imagine if there was a deleted scene where he's like, and it's just like rubbing it around her lips. Like, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
baby.
That's gross.
That's a
Oh,
different
my
Star
God.
Wars.
The Force as a sex thing.
Still a better love story
You
than
can't-
Twilight.
You can't tell me that no one in the Order has never used Force for sex.
Absolutely.
Obi-Wan definitely has. Obi-Wan was a whore, I'm sure.
Who
What's
was it?
Obi-Wan's?
No,
Obi-Wan's
listen.
the girl that he like?
I
the
don't know.
woman
She's
who-
fucking dead. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right.
Satine or something?
Oh, that's the
something
one.
like that.
Satine. Regardless, this is all just tirade. It is a
I'm sorry.
No, Star Wars Deviation Station.
Deviation Space Station.
Deviation Space Station. So after watching the Clone Wars, when you do get to watching the Clone Wars, pay attention to every interaction between Obi-Wan and General Grievous. They're exes.
Really?
They are exes. They won't kill each other or severely hurt each other, but every line between each other is a flirt or like a, yeah, you sexy beast. Like, it's very that. And I refuse. So when Satine came into the picture, I'm like, who the fuck does this bitch think she is?
Look,
Where's
he
my
can
Grievous
do
at?
both.
Listen. No.
He's a space whore.
And then, how does he kill Grievous? He shoots him in the heart.
True.
Very Romeo and Juliet.
Don't even. Don't even. I said shoot. Fuck you for you saying that. I'm sorry.
What?
Wait, no, it wasn't you. It was a different trivia. I'm sorry for getting mad at you. We went to a trivia,
Yep.
Star Wars trivia, a full deviation, And we lost that point. We lost that trivia because
Oh, that's right.
apparently General Grievous doesn't get shot in the heart. He gets shot in the stomach. I'm like, fuck
No,
you.
he
He
gets
gets shot in the organ sac.
Yeah, that he gets shot in the organ sac.
His heart is in there. It literally is hanging in his chest. It's pumping like a heart. The heart is in there. Fuck you telling me no, he got shot in the stomach.
As
it's the organ
someone
sac.
who has successfully run trivia for 10 years and is a professional, first, I'm offended that you thought it was me.
I'm sorry.
Second,
I'm
whoever
sorry.
ran that trivia needs to get their shit together.
I even showed
And
them a
thirdly,
video. I showed them a fucking video. It's like, that's a heart.
And thirdly, if it was a Star Wars themed trivia, at least know Star Wars. Eat shit
Like
and die.
Obi-Wan literally opens his chest before he shoots him.
Yes, it's an organ sac. Yes, the stomach would be in there too. But the heart is there. It literally pulses as a heart and it's in the chest, as if you wouldn't give me the point for saying he got shot through the heart.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. We
Grievous
can't
gives
sing the
love.
rest because of licensing. All right, now, Nery, facts. Please start
Please.
talking.
Okay.
Cut us off like Luke's hand.
Quick,
Don't-
just
yeah,
start
get it.
talking.
Okay. Okay, so with the facts, I'm trying something new. I'm going to try this day in history facts for a couple of facts.
Ooh, okay.
So,
This day in history.
this day being March 12th.
Oh, yay.
So, in 1894, on March the 12th, the world's most popular soda, Coca-Cola, was sold for the first time in a glass bottle by candy store owner Joseph A. Bidenhahn or something.
That's a name.
Yeah, in Mississippi, USA, obviously.
Look, it hits different when it's in a glass
so
bottle.
nice.
It does. Honestly,
It's so good.
honestly. The only fizzy drink I drink comes in a glass bottle. So I'm like, yeah, slay, pop off.
Yeah, I grew up with it in a glass bottle, and then it changed to like plastic, and I never liked it as much. And then you find glass bottles a lot more now.
Yeah.
So every time I see it, and Pepsi as well, Pepsi in a glass bottle goes off.
Fair.
Okay, so this day in 1980, infamous clown killer John Wayne Gacy was convicted for the murder of 33 men and boys. His execution was in May 14 years later. But on this day, it was when he was convicted.
Well, there you
Yikes.
go. Sucker.
Sucker ass bitch.
Wasn't his last meal KFC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole KFC. Like, if you look at pictures of it,
It's a lot.
it's a lot of chicken.
It's a lot of
He
chicken.
shat himself big time. Wouldn't be surprised if he shit himself to death.
Probably.
It wasn't the lethal
that,
injection.
it wasn't.
It was the KFC.
It was, that, what a way to go.
You just gotta, I think that
The
would be...
lethal indigestion.
Fuck off.
I'm done.
I think that should be the lethal injection. With KFC through the fucking veins.
Oh my god, imagine it straight into your arteries.
Oh,
Dead.
it'd go halfway through and then they'd be like, come on.
You gotta go.
Keep pushing.
clogged.
Let's get to the next fact because you're making me want chicken tenders. Move on.
Yeah, I kinda want KFC.
popcorn
Tenders.
chicken.
Oh, God.
So
We're fat kids.
that's my facts of the day. My last fact is actually a Star Wars fact.
Oh yay.
Harrison Ford was somewhat accidentally cast as Han Solo.
Interesting.
Han.
Han. Fucking this one over here watches it for 2 seconds. Actually, if you listen to Lando calls him
Yeah, Lando calls him Han. Lando mispronounces.
Chewbacca's
Who shot first, the chicken or the egg?
the Han
The Han.
for sure.
All right. What were you gonna
So
say?
yes, so he was somewhat accidentally cast as Han. I don't fucking know anymore. As Solo. So what happened was
Mr. Solo.
it's Mr. Solo to you. So what happened was I think he was working because he did American Graffiti, which was one of George Lucas's first movies. But he wanted an unknown actor, which Harrison Ford was pretty much unknown at the time.
Yep.
But if I remember correctly, Harrison Ford was doing some sort of carpentry in George Lucas's house or like his
Fun.
neighbor's house or something, and he needed somebody to read with like the other actors with the layers and like the Lukes of that they were casting. So he would be the stand-in read, but other people read like Kurt Russell and some other people for Han. But eventually, George Lucas really liked Harrison Ford's chemistry with Carrie Fisher and Mark.
Hamill.
Thank you. Mark
That's
Hamill.
the one.
And yeah, so he just cast him as Han.
Fair.
Yeah, which is
I
pretty
like
cool.
it.
So
I
he
like
kind of
it.
used him to see what other people, how other people worked, but he ended up working really well. And then obviously he became Indiana Jones, and the rest is history.
And then he hated it.
I don't think he didn't hate it. He just wanted.
Have you watched the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to die.
Everyone hated that. I mean, Carrie Fisher's coked out of her fucking
I think she's
mind.
the only one that didn't hate it because she
was having the best time of her life.
She thought that shit was real. She's like,
probably.
Wookiees.
It's funny. So a little
Sorry,
tidbit
Carrie
about
Fisher, love
that. R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. But at the end with Wookiee Christmas or whatever the celebration is, when all the Wookiees walk into the set, you can hear crunching because they're walking in their suits, but they're walking on all the little light bulbs for like the little tea light ambiance they wanted.
Oh, yeah.
But you could hear them crunching the glass.
Oh man,
Idiots.
big dummies.
Pack of idiots. Right. That's crazy.
But yeah, it's. I haven't seen the holiday special. I don't know if I ever will, but
You should definitely watch that. I'll bring over a bottle of wine.
Okay.
And we can watch the holiday
Okay,
special
sounds
together.
I'm here for that.
So to close us out, I'm going to give us a little tally before we go.
okay.
The Star Wars this is getting out of hand tally.
All of it.
So Mace Windu has 1 tally. He cut off Jango Fett's hand.
Okay. And his head.
Now I
guess.
get it. This is getting out of hand.
Oh Jesus! Nice.
Fuck you.
Dooku, 1 tally. He took Anakin's right hand. Luke, 2 hands. He took the Wampa's right hand and Vader's right hand.
Fair. Yep. Fair. I forget about the Wampa.
Obi-Wan, 4. He took
Jesus.
Zam's right hand, Grievous's lower right and left hands, Anakin's left, and Ponda's right hand.
Okay.
And Anakin took 4 hands, both of Dooku's,
Yep.
Windu's right hand, and Luke's right hand.
Yeah, shit, he did too. How did I forget
Hands
that?
get cut off so easily.
Well,
in
I
Star
guess
Wars.
because like that's the hand that's holding the lightsaber
Yeah.
or the weapon, so it's their way of de-arming people, unarming people.
Yes.
But like Jesus Christ,
Well, there's my little input to a fun fact. That's a lot of hands.
there's a lot of hands.
And then, I mean, technically, if hand includes torso, then Obi-Wan cut Darth Maul's hands off. But that's up for argument.
Did he cut his hands off or did he cut his legs off?
Well, the fact he gets, I
that's
think he gets
true.
like fake legs, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah, so it must be it must look like
Doesn't he
lame.
get spider legs?
Spider.
something like that. Yeah,
Or am I just imagining
He does.
this?
He does. All right,
That's
lovelies.
that's an impression I like. If you ever see Sam Witwer who voices Darth Vader and he does the Kenobi, oh fuck, when he just yells at Kenobi, I'm like Kenobi. That's so fucking cool. All right, sorry.
All right, everybody, have a good.
Whatever.
Have a good week.
Pero me de solo.